Have you ever found yourself waiting for the perfect moment? Waiting for the right time to start that business, go on that trip, or finally chase your dreams? Well, here's the truth. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Life is unpredictable, messy, and often chaotic. But the people who truly succeed, the ones who find happiness and fulfillment, aren't the ones who wait for the storm to pass. So, are you ready to stop waiting and start living? Let's dive in. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about dancing in the rain. And believe me, I know a thing or two about storms, both the literal and the metaphorical kind. I used to be the type of person who thought I had to have everything perfectly lined up before I could take action. I wanted the conditions to be just right before I took risks, made big decisions, or even enjoyed life to the fullest. But let me tell you, waiting for the perfect moment is like waiting for a traffic-free Monday morning. It's just not going to happen. One of the most ridiculous but enlightening moments of my life was when I found myself caught in a literal storm. No umbrella, no raincoat, and no real plan. It was one of those downpours that comes out of nowhere, turning the street into a river within minutes. I was wearing white sneakers, which, spoiler alert, do not mix well with rain, and I had just picked up my favorite coffee. Before I knew it, I was standing in a puddle the size of a small lake. My shoes were ruined, and my coffee had betrayed me by leaping out of my hands in dramatic slow motion. I had two choices. I could either sulk, complain, and spend the rest of the day in misery, or I could laugh it off and embrace the ridiculousness of the situation. So I did the only logical thing. I spread my arms out, looked up at the sky, and twirled in the rain like I was in a cheesy movie montage. Did people stare? Absolutely. Did I care? Not even a little. Because in that moment, I realized something. The rain wasn't going to stop just because I wished it would. Life wasn't going to pause and wait for me to be ready. And if I spent my time resisting every storm, I'd be missing out on some of the most beautiful, spontaneous, and unexpected moments. This whole waiting for the storm to pass mentality applies to more than just the weather. How often do we put off living our lives because we're waiting for the right time? Think about it. How many people refuse to start a business until they feel fully prepared? Or hold off on traveling until they have the perfect itinerary and budget? Or avoid relationships until they've got their own life completely figured out? Newsflash, nobody ever has their life 100% figured out. Waiting for the storm to pass is a clever way of saying, I'll do it later when it's easier. But this is the thing, what if later never comes? What if you wait so long for the conditions to be perfect that you never actually start at all? Life is messy, unpredictable, and, let's be honest, a little bit chaotic. But that's where all the good stuff happens. In the middle of the chaos, not on the sidelines where it's safe and dry. I used to be the king of waiting until things settled down before making a move. If I was stressed, I'd tell myself, once this situation is over, then I'll focus on my goals. If I was uncertain, I'd convince myself, once I have more experience, then I'll take that risk. But every time one storm passed, another one took its place. There was always a new challenge, a new reason to delay, a new excuse to stay in my comfort zone. And one day I realized I was stuck in a cycle of waiting for life to be easier instead of just living it. That's when I decided enough was enough. I stopped waiting for the rain to clear up and started dancing in it. And let me tell you, it changed everything. Now don't get me wrong, I still get nervous when things don't go according to plan. I still catch myself wanting to wait until I feel ready before taking the leap. I still count the cost and am intentional with my decisions. But I also remind myself that readiness is a myth. No one is ever 100% prepared for anything. You just have to start, even if you're stumbling through the puddles along the way. One of the biggest shifts I made was embracing failure, not as a sign to stop, but as proof that I was actually trying. Think about it. When kids learn to walk, they don't wait until they're sure they won't fall. They just go for it. They wobble, they trip, they faceplant, but they keep going. And eventually they figure it out. That's how life works. You have to be willing to get a little wet, take a few missteps, and keep moving forward anyway. So, what storm are you waiting to pass? Are you putting off writing that book because you don't think you're a real writer yet? Are you hesitating to launch that business because you're afraid of failing? Are you avoiding love because you don't feel ready to open your heart? Whatever it is, I'm here to tell you, it's time to start dancing. Embracing the storm doesn't mean you ignore the challenges. It means you stop letting them hold you back. It means you learn to laugh when things don't go as planned. It means you find joy even in the middle of uncertainty. It means you take action despite the fear, despite the discomfort, despite the chaos. Life is happening right now, rain and all. So why not make the most of it? Grab your metaphorical rain boots, splash in some puddles, and trust that even in the middle of the storm, you are capable of finding joy. Because at the end of the day, the people who truly live aren't the ones who avoid the rain. They're the ones who learn to dance in it. So, what's your storm? What's that one thing you've been waiting to do? Whatever it is, don't wait for the rain to stop. Step into the storm. Take action. And trust that you are capable of handling whatever comes next. Because at the end of the day, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more daily motivation. Let's build a community of people who take action, embrace life, and find joy, no matter the weather. We will see you with the next video on Friday.